Hey friends and followers, my name is Marcus and welcome to my YouTube channel. 5 years ago, I decided to pick up the guitar one day and I told myself, Marcus, you are going to learn this for the next 5 years and 5 years later you are going to make a YouTube video. Which is what I'm going to do today because it's been almost 5 years since I've picked up the guitar. Now, let's take a look at some of my progress, shall we? I remember feeling so motivated every time I see my guitar skills improve as each week goes by, and I would practice every day for about 2 hours long. But what kept me going was this guitarist called Noob, and I would idolize him as a beginner, and I would spend hours and hours watching his videos and of course try playing some of his guitar songs. Until one day where my guitar teacher finally introduced a new guitarist to me, and till today he is one of my biggest inspiration and I'm sure he is most guitarist inspiration. His name is Sungha Jung. Since finding out about his existence, I started to learn many of his songs. It's been almost 5 years since I've picked up the hobby, and as someone like me who wanted to do this as a hobby, I've never really went down the path of doing theories, exams or whatnot. So I've never really learned much about how chords and all this kind of stuff works. But I've definitely learned a couple of fundamentals, which I think helped me a lot. Now, of course, there are many pros and cons to this decision. The pros. You can progress quickly towards the song that you like playing because you feel very motivated whenever you play the songs that you like. This automatically forces you, not really forces, but it kind of makes you want to play every single day. You do not need to play boring classical songs for exams, which I can tell you, based on my few basic experiences, I hated it. And I'm sure many people who went through this hated it too. You do not need to spend countless hours studying what each chord or arrangement are all about. Now, the cons. You don't really know what you're playing, and in the long run, you can't really make your own arrangements. Personally, I also find it very difficult to do improvisations on guitars, which is a bummer. But it's not to say that it's impossible, but because for someone like me who has many other hobbies and schedules, it is pretty difficult for me to just prioritize one single hobby. So, if you're like me, who is thinking on starting for any instrument, here are some tips which I can share with you. Now, I'm not going to do a guitar tutorial because it's going to contradict my advice. Tip number 1. Get yourself a proper music instructor who knows his or her stuff. Now, to get to a level you've never been before, you have to learn from someone who has been there before. He or she can monitor your progress, set a lesson plan dedicated for you based on your capabilities. Now, not every guitar academy is going to provide good guitar instructors, so it's very important for you to do your due diligence by going around for surveys. Take advantage of the free trials. See which instructor is best for you. Now, I was very lucky with mine. The first guitar instructor is the same guy who teaches me till today, and we're sort of like best friends. Tip number 2. YouTube videos or free online courses aren't going to bring you anywhere far. You can ask anyone who has self-taught themselves guitar or any instrument how far they have achieved and how long it took them to get them where they are. Tip number 3. You have to put in the hours and effort to practice if you ever want to become good fast. Now, I know becoming good at something fast shouldn't be a priority for most beginners. But for me, it was a challenge I set for myself. Plus, it was a great motivation for me. The first year of learning the guitar, I would spend at least 2 hours a day practicing, but it gradually decreased to 20 to 30 minutes a day after a few years. To conclude this video, get yourself an instructor who knows his or her stuff. Because to get somewhere that you have never been before, you need someone who has been there before. Don't just rely on YouTube videos or free online guitar courses because it's not going to bring you far. Lastly, practice every single day. This principle of practicing every single day can be applied to literally any aspect of your life if you ever want to become good at something. With that, if you are afraid of starting an instrument now, or you're afraid to start because you're too old, it's never too late to start. It is only too late if you delay it any further. If you have stuck with me throughout the entire video, I appreciate it a lot. And if you really enjoyed this video, please support me by giving a like. And of course, feel free to subscribe. With that, I'll see you guys next time.